Hello everybody, and welcome to Dr. Stone episode 4 anime review. We didn't build a gun, but we did make dynamite type thing and smoke signals. Yeah, that's what we did this episode. There was a lot of... I'm acting all casual and everything. This was actually quite a good episode. It made me like Senku a hell of a lot more. We got like his backstory and that. That was all good. We got a glimpse of a new character. I think she showed up with like a hood or something. I don't know who she is. I've not read the manga. And what else happened? We may have had a death. So, I mean, I don't think we have, but it's possible. It's the possibility is less than zero. More than zero. Wait. Possibility. Yeah, possibility is more than zero. That, you know what? On that me failing at maths note, let's just get on with the episode. So the episode begins with the Hot Springs crew, as they shall now be known. Taiju doesn't tell Yuzuri how he likes her. He's like, I'll tell you once we've rebuilt civilization. And I'm just there thinking like, you could tell her a little bit before that, you know? You don't have to rebuild all of maybe like half of civilization. That might be better for you, but what do I know? But yeah, then Senku managed to get all the stuff they need. He lists off everything and what they do. I'm checking my notes. We have a gunpowder cooking class, which was fairly entertaining. What else happened? I've got to check my notes. Then there was a robot that popped up that was like, don't try this at home, kids, because this is real. This is how you make actual explosives. And I was like, you're telling me not to do it, making me want to do it. I won't actually do it because it's probably almost definitely illegal. I mean, I haven't checked the law, but I would imagine making explosives is not something that the government would want anyone doing. So I'm going to assume it's illegal. Yeah, then they hit it a bit with some rock and the realization of, hey, they're like, no, you need metal. And he's like, wait, iron is metal. Oh, crap. And then it explodes. That was pretty funny. Senku's then like, we don't want to kill Tsukasa. We're going to try and negotiate with him, which is why we're building these weapons. But, you know, if I've got to kill him, I will. And then Tsukasa's thinking the same thing. It's like, I'll kill him if I have to. And it was like, oh, man. It's episode 4, so I don't think we're going to have a death, but oh. While I guess they're putting out the fire, aren't they? They see a smoke signal, like an actual smoke signal, which implies, as they figure out very quickly, there's other people alive. Poor Senku's not going to get his reward of first person alive. He might still have been the first person, but we don't know. Senku makes a decision to light more smoke signals, or to add more things to the fire to have the smoke up, is what his plan was. Tsukasa then sees the smoke signal, kidnaps Yuzuriha, and takes her hostage, goes to Senku, has is it a spear or a knife or whatever. He's like, give me the recipe for the miracle fluid or whatever, and Senku tries bluffing. He's like, I don't even care what happens to her. He swings, man, he lops her hair right off. I really thought for a second, I was like, bloody hell, has he just done her in? Because she's not in the opening, so I was like, oh my god, are you serious? But no, she's still alive, she just gets her little haircut. Yuzuriha then tells Senku, hey, don't tell him. If you tell him, then he'll kill you because you're not necessary anymore. And but Senku he tells him because a thing he says earlier, Tsukasa is like, you act like you're a hard ass, but you actually really care about your friends. He's like, crap, he's right. So he tells him everything so he can save Yuzuriha. Oh no, poor Senku, you've done it in. You've done it now, boy. Taiju sees more smoke signals. I think there's 3 now total, and also figures out something's wrong, so he starts going back. Tsukasa tells Senku, hey, if you give up science, I won't kill you. You know? And I'm like, that's a fair deal, but he's not going to do it. Then we get a fairly lengthy flashback of small Senku pursuing science, and we get a big old compilation of him meeting Taiju and Yuzuriha. They launched a rocket into space at one point. That was pretty rad. There was like little dolls. So there's little dolls of the 3 of them floating away in space. I really am half expecting those dolls to make an appearance again at some point. Just they've come back down to Earth. I mean, it would be totally unrealistic, but it's fine. It doesn't have to be realistic. Senku, we go back to present day. Senku tells Tsukasa, no, I won't give up science. And then says, even if I did, you would have killed me anyway to be safe. And I'm like, ah! So he's, well, I mean, we know he's clever, but you know what I'm saying? Senku tells him to kill him in 1 hit. Taiju's running to the save, and he, like, does it. He, like, lops his head. So Senku's dead. That's the end of the series. He's the main character, right? Senku's dead. Rip, I guess. No, I find it very unlikely that he's dead. I don't know how they're going to get out of this. I'm feeling like the flares, the smoke signals have something to do with it. Because they kept saying like there's 3 flares and then they set off 3 explosions earlier on to launch more smoke. I think it's Morse code or something. I don't know Morse code. So maybe they're calling for help and then that's how they're going to get help. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far into it and it's just going to be a coincidence. But that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. It was good. Senku's backstory was cool, seeing small Senku and everything. His granddad in his backstory like sold his car and just to get him science equipment, so that was pretty rad. It might have been his regular dad, I don't know, he looks a bit old. But yeah, it was good. It was good. I'm very much enjoying this show, considering I say it every week. First episode I was not feeling it, but since then I'm like, this is actually pretty rad. It's really different from everything else and I love it. So yeah, that's what I think about Dr. Stone, especially this week. I'm curious to see if they're gonna defeat Tsukasa here, or if they're just gonna like drive him off and then we'll get a bigger fight down the line. Maybe I don't know, but I'm very curious. He knows how to make the liquid now, so maybe he's gonna start a colony of people, and then they're gonna have a war between. That would be cool. That would be pretty cool, actually. I'd be totally down for them to do that. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think about and everything. Subscribe and stuff if you like this review. There's reviews this show every week and a million other reviews on the channel, so check them out. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.